How to do account-based marketing in HubSpot. I will give you my top 3 recommendations on how to get started. Number 1, get your CRM set up correctly. Number 2, set up your account research process. Number 3, develop your ABM campaign process and capture it in a blueprint. Let's get into the details. The first step is to automate most of the lifecycle stage progressions that you have in your CRM. So especially for B2B SaaS, also professional service companies, we recommend using the winning by design methodology, following the bow tie stages and mapping that to the HubSpot lifecycle stages so that you exactly know how a buyer will progress through the journey in the HubSpot CRM. So from lead, especially to the marketing qualified lead and the sales qualified lead stages, where the handover is supposed to be done and where the prospects should be converted into opportunities connected to a deal. What will you do in each phase? How will you follow up? So before you invest in ABM, before you put in significant budget in campaigns, make sure that the follow-up is already predefined and that you have your sales process running in HubSpot. That will be the first step. Also, the prospecting workspace is a part of this process. So this is basically your sales cockpit, your control center, where all of your outstanding tasks and leads will be ready for you to follow up on. So combining this lifecycle stage mapping with the prospecting workspace, especially in the SQL and opportunity stage, is critical to follow up on all of those ABM leads. So that was number 1. Number 2 is the account research process. What does this mean? Usually you will do your account research in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So you will build lead lists and company lists based on your ICP. But how do you get those companies into HubSpot? How do you get those leads into HubSpot? That is where you can leverage a tool like Surf. What we're doing here on the spot is we are taking a contact that is part of our target account and we're syncing them into the HubSpot CRM. So currently, what we are doing here is we are extracting the data from this person and it's going straight into the HubSpot CRM. You can capture additional fields that you can predefine that you want to bring over. So very important here is that you have already defined things like personas, languages, and other variables that you want to pull in on your records. What you can also do is have preset properties being loaded up from HubSpot onto your Sales Nav account. So these are all shortcut HubSpot properties right on the record when you're doing your research. Also very important is that you have a process to do your account mapping. So in HubSpot, you can use Org Chart Hub. This is a plugin to do your account mapping in the HubSpot CRM, showing the hierarchy, how the different contacts are connected to each other. So laying out the buying committee in a relational way. Very important aspect of part 2, setting up the account research process, making sure that you know how to sync from Sales Nav to HubSpot and get this account map in. Thirdly, you want to have an ABM campaign process. What does your campaign look like? I strongly recommend to develop a blueprint like this. Capture all of your tactics that you will use on the marketing side to get people to sign up for your virtual event, for instance. And then after that, what will you do in terms of nurturing? How will sales do their follow-up for tier 1 accounts? Will you do a direct mail campaign, for instance? What will we do with tier 2 accounts? This is a joint effort between marketing and sales to align on the activities before and after the campaign. So the very first part that we looked at today is number 2 of the recommendations is to build your target account lists from Sales Navigator into HubSpot. It is so important because per account type, usually between tier 1 and 2, you will have an invitation process. And it is so important to map this out in a visual like this, a flow chart. We call it a blueprint. What channels will you use? Organic LinkedIn posting, page ads, website page mapping of CTAs and forms, to get people to come to your event or whatever your offering is and how to follow up on them. So to summarize, get your CRM properly configured for an ABM process, mainly looking at the lifecycle stage automation and the prospecting workspace. Secondly, how do you sync from Sales Navigator into HubSpot? How will you build your lead lists and make sure that the contacts come in? And then thirdly, what does your ABM campaign plan look like? What will you implement and how will it be configured in HubSpot? Those are the top 3. Get those done and you're well over 80% of what you need to run ABM in HubSpot. Hope this helps, guys. We're going to do a full masterclass on this virtual later this fall. Make sure to sign up for the waiting list. It's going to be in the first comment and hope to see you guys there. Thank you.